my friends. All right, now we're going to be talking about full yogic breathing and getting into a comfortable seat. So I'm going to have Kathy go ahead and find a seat that's comfortable for her that she'll be able to sustain for a period of time. You can come into a breath practice. Pranayama is what they call a breathing breath practice in yoga. And so when you are embarking on that, usually at the beginning of a yoga practice or a seated meditation, you want to arrive into a comfortable seat. So you can watch the video on finding a comfortable seat, and then Kathy seems to have found this spot here. So let your hands find a nice comfortable resting place wherever you like, whatever feels most natural. Maybe on your thighs, in your lap, something that's not going to require adjustment over a period of time. Take a nice deep inhalation through the nose and exhale, and do that a couple more times. And these first breaths are very full, very rich and deep. And you're pressing all the air out. You can see her belly starting to move. And then the last breath, letting it all go. And then let your lips fall together and breathe deeply but regularly now. So it's going to take her body a moment to adjust to that regular breath. And we want to encourage right away with initially starting that way, we want to encourage depth without aggression. So her breath is going to continue to grow on both the inhalation and exhalation. So it's a full exhalation. So you're actually mindfully pushing almost all of the air out, and then that creates space for the next in-breath to arrive. You also notice that Kathy automatically closed her eyes. It's a really nice way to turn inward. And I encourage you that if you cannot close your eyes, if you're feeling a little too busy, that you find a single focal point to rest your eyes. That can be out on the floor in front of you. We sometimes call that a drishti gaze. Drishti simply means, it's almost like a stare where you are inwardly aware, though outwardly anchored. So full yogic breathing is a breath that we use a lot in our program as a foundational or compass breath. And essentially it's the breath that we begin with any of our practices. And we want to make sure that the breath is first deep again with sweetness, without aggression, and somewhat even. So the in-breath and the out-breath are for the most part pretty even. You're also going to notice these moments of pause in between. So while the breath is in the action state of inward or outward movement, there are also these moments of pause in between that are very soft, equally soft and fluid. So the metaphor that I'm often using in class is this idea that after the in-breath, it's almost like when you have the sensation of being on a swing. So when you swing up and you come to one direction, there's that pause. It's not abrupt, it's not truncated, there's no ceasing. It's just simply a gentle pause and spacious before you come back down the other side of the breath. And that occurs on both ends of the breath, after the inhale and the exhale. So really there are 4 parts of breath. Once you're aware of that, you can start to really lose yourself in the sweet sensations of the breath. The breath becomes continuous. I often attach to the visualization of either kind of that infinity symbol going back and forth, or a circle. The breath continues to flow without interruption. You feel a sense of nourishment from that breath and that continuous flow. And it's nice and deep. And if the mind, which it naturally will, goes into another place, bring your awareness back to the sensation of breath on the body. Feeling both the inhalation, the exhilaration, that gentle vitality that comes with the inhale, but also the softness and surrender of the exhale. And we stay mindfully connected to breath. When the mind wanders, you know that you've established yourself in a rhythm that feels comfortable. So rather than punishing yourself for having a distracted thought, just bring the mind back to that breath. This becomes the foundation or the compass for your practice, for all movement. This can be a hub, a place to return to out of the storm the distractions of the mind, the wanderings of the mind. Returning to breath always gives us this opportunity to come back to present. Feeling the benevolence of the breath. It has no judgment, no agenda. It simply is here to keep you alive, to give you vitality. And you'll notice a sensation over time of sitting in this breath, this full yogic breathing, a sense of ease. There will be minor adjustments. You might have noticed that Kathy's chest might have risen or fallen in a particular way. The body remembers what it's subduing. The mind reconnects with its practice. But this helps us to tap into the compassion of the breath. It's a beautiful compass to structure your practice around. So taking 2 more breaths now. And when you feel you've completed a full yogic breathing practice, you can pause for a moment, gently open the eyes. How do you feel?
Great.
Great. Yeah. So that's just a really nice practice. That could be a you could use that as a guided meditation. I think it was probably about 5 minutes that we took. Yeah, it's a really nice way to start your practice. I highly recommend doing something like this, one of the pranayama practices, before engaging in any other physical movement or asana, and allowing that foundation, allowing that breath to be a compass for your attention throughout practice. All right, thank you.